Okay, let's just start. We kept the chair off as long as the lemon trees grow. The next morning, I kissed Layla on the cheek and head to work. We never know if we'll see each other again. Every moment is a goodbye. Talk to Em. Her smile is warm and I remember Hamza. I know, unable to say anything and slip out the door, locking it behind me. The hospital is a 15-minute walk from Layla's house. It was a perk Hamza was looking forward to. Seeing as he wouldn't need to drive, a young doctor training at his neighborhood hospital from the moment he was able to read at 3 years old, Mama and Baba recognized that their son was a genius. He enrolled in school early, praised through middle school and high school, and had his pick of universities. He chose the one in Homs to be close to our family, but I knew it was really so he'd be close to Layla and begin his life with her. Now, I've taken the job that was supposed to be his, one that was out of my field. Pharmacists prescribe medication. They don't perform surgeries. I was supposed to graduate and be that, or a researcher. I'm not a surgeon. I wasn't meant I wasn't meant to cut into bodies, stitch wounds, and amputate limbs, but I made myself become that person. The home surrounding me, when I step out, feels like something from the storybook. The carnage in front of me has been seen in so many cities throughout the years. The same story but a different location. I'm sure that martyr goes around the abandoned homes and streets, their finger running across the flag of the revolution painted on the walls. The living sit outside on plastic chairs, wrapped in coats and scarves. Today there are children playing with whatever they've been able to pull from the wrecked egg. An old woman yells at them to be careful of the carpet made from glass shards. When she sees my lab coat, she grins, a few teeth missing. Allah, my God be with you. I smile shakily and nod. The hospital isn't immune to the dictatorship disease, and the outside walls, discolored in washed out yellow and red, show it. The dirt underneath my old sneaker is marred with blood of the wounded curtained day after day. The doors are nearly always open, and today is not different. It's bustling as usual, the groans and cries of the wounded echoing over the wall. Surgery equipment and medication are at an all-time low, and I can see the effect of it on the sunken faces lying on the bed, all around me. Lately, I've begun using saline and telling the patient it's anesthetic, hoping they believe it enough that it will work as a placebo. I remember the article I read about the placebos during my first year at university that mentioned their success. Back when I would be tucked on the corner of the step outside the lecture building with my thermos full of Zurati, going over the notes I'd made in class. I would lose a few hours immersed in my studying until Layla would appear at dusk and flick my nose to get my attention. Despite all our lacking resources, our hospital fares far better under the Free Syrian Army jurisdiction than ones in the region controlled by the military. We've heard stories of those captured by the military. The patients in the hospital are not dying. The patients in the hospital are dying not from the injuries they sustained during the protest, but from what is inflicted on them inside the hospital, while we suffer from the siege. Injured demonstrators there are blindfolded and tortured, their ankle chained to the bed. Doctors and nurses sometimes join it. Here in our hospital, the beds are stacked one beside the others, with families surrounding the patient. So I have to squeeze between them to ask the patient how they're feeling. Dr. Zayat hurries toward me, carefully stepping through the countless bodies of patients trapped across the floor. Those are all alone in this world with no families, not even a bed. His salt and pepper hair is disheveled, the wrinkle around his brown eyes more pronounced. He took the job as head surgeon after the last one died in a raid. Before that, he was an endocrinology doctor. With hours he sat himself, slowly easing into retirement. When the unrest started, he immediately sent his entire family to Lebanon, and the hospital became his home. Just as I was forced to become a surgeon, so was he. In Kony, report of a bomb hitting Al-Ghouta, 20 casualty. The 17 injured are being procured, he said. As head surgeon, he is connected to the Brazilian army, which supplies him with any information they get that could help us save more lives. My heart expanded for 1 second with relief. That's on the opposite side of my neighborhood, a half-hour car ride. Layla is safe, and then it shriveled up. Bombs means anything could come through this door. Intestine out and loop inside themselves burned severely. I wait by the entrance with Dr. Zayat was whispering verses of the Quran that talk about serenity and God's mercy. It's come the cold sweat trickling down my neck. Any minute now, the doors will slam open. Any minute. Huff appears beside the window in front of me. His suit gleams despite the hospital's broken light, and his hair is swept back. Not one strand out of place. He is grinning at me. Huff's left the hospital. He knows that my fear of Layla becoming the next mangled body I bury will wither my resolve to stay. That eventually I'll want to leave Syria. We hear the scream before the doors open, giving us a split second to ready ourselves. But no matter how many times I see it, no amount of warning can prepare me for the sake of a human struggling for breath. This is not normal, and it never will be. Salma, get to the children first, Dr. Zayed said sharply, already running toward the patient. Noor, you make sure none of them bleed out. Mahmoud, don't let them run out of bandages. Use the bedsheet if you must. Go. Oh my god. 5 victims are transported on stretchers while the rest are carried by volunteers from the skin. There is a huge crowd gathering around them, everyone screaming and shouting. Dr. Ziad continues yelling orders to the rest of the staff, and once again, I'm grateful for his calm in the face of these atrocities. He is the one who ground us, the reason we are able to save lives. Half stand tall, watching the chaos unfold with a satisfied smile, and begins to hum a tune, one that ricochets over the dead. How sweet is freedom. The protester entered, but I don't have time to tell him off. That doesn't wait for anyone. For me, bandaging patients, trying to heal them, comes with more challenge than just keeping them alive. Sometimes they see me and demand an older, more experienced doctor. At first, I used to flinch, try to stop my trembling, and stutter an explanation of how all the doctors are busy, that I'm just as capable. But now, if anybody tries to cost me a precious second, I just tell them this or that. That's helped them reach their decision pretty quickly. Working here has hardened and softened my heart in ways I never guessed it would. Then I am. As I am bandaging my fifth patient, I spot someone looking frantic, carrying a little girl in his arm. He doesn't look much older than I am. Latinx. The girl's head has lolled to the side and blood drips from her shirt onto the floor. My eyes follow the boy. watching the hospital flickering light bunch of his messy, tawny curve. He looks familiar. But before I can try and place him, Dr. Syed calls me to help him with another patient. The survivor's ulna is fractured, tearing through his arm. The sight of bone shooting from the skin makes the acid in my stomach race to my throat, burning. I swallow it down, feeling it distend as it melts my gastric mucosa instead. And I set to work on returning the bone to where it belongs. While I rest after 3 back-to-back surgeries, I spot Am missing. I spot Am passing. I have to talk to him today, and I feel house gaze drill into the back of my head, his threat echoing in my brain. I will tear your world apart. He is adamant about my leaving Syria and will do anything to make that happen. In all the months I've known him, I've never understood his desperation. But today, a whisper echoes in my brain, a result of my conversation with Layla. What's the harm in asking? You are only getting information, just to know how much it costs. Do it for her. I blurred, and he stopped turning toward me. Say, yes, he said, surprised. He's younger than he looks. But with everything going on, it's no surprise that the man in his late 30s will begin to gray. I was wondering about. I stuttered and cast this myself. I don't have thought of what to say. You want a boat, Solomon? He said, cutting to the chase, and my face becomes hot. I clutch on my ruined lab coat, wrinkling the rogue fabric. He thinks I am a coward. Of all the people to ask him for a way out, it's me, the last and only pharmacist in Trade neighborhood. Do you? He repeated, raising his eyebrow. Hamza's anxious expression flashed in my mind. Yes. He turns to the side, checking if anyone is within earshot before saying, all right, meet me in the main hallway in the 10 minutes. I can spare a few minutes before Dr. Syed or Noor come looking for me. Dr. Syed always insists I take a break, but still my palm break out in a sweat. A wallout can happen in 10 minutes. A sudden respiratory failure, cardiac arrest, another patient vomiting blood and bile, anything. But I promise Hamza, Layla is my sister, my only family. She is pregnant with my brother's child, one he didn't know of and will never meet. And I need to at least know if we can afford it. I don't want to test house limits either. If he makes good on his trade, today could be my last day working at the hospital. Daylilies, I whisper as I walk to the main hall, training my eyes on the muted floors. Relaxed muscle spasm and cramps can cure arsenic poison. Daylilies. The main hall is filled with patients, and I understand why Am chose this place. It's free publicity to anyone within earshot. They know who Am is, what he does, and what he's promising them. A change to live. Am comes around to the hospital every day to look for people who may take him up on his offer. Payment in the form of a lifetime savings to sail away on a boat to another continent that many of us have only read about in books. Everyone at the hospital knows Am, even Dr. Syed, who strongly believes more people should stay in Syria. So he'd never stop anyone who chose to leave, seeing as he sent his own family away. As long as Am doesn't get in the way of saving patient lives, he is free to spread this agenda. And Am does just that. He stays away from all the doctor, focusing on the patient. He makes sure everyone knows about the successful besiegers by showing people pictures of those who finally reach European shores. No one would be willing to risk drowning without the assurance that this has worked at some point. But then, perhaps even without evidence, a silver of a chain that survival is better than living at the mercy of genocide. No one takes to a rickety boat on the sea if there is another choice. Among the tired faces, Cobb stick out, with his gleaming eyes and a knowing smirk. Maybe the reason he's willing to break me in order to get me on a boat can be explained in a scientific manner. He is the defense mechanism my brain has provided, trying to ensure my survival by any means necessary. But still, my stomach gnaws with apprehension at what horrors await me at his hand. Within 10 minutes, M finds me in the main hallway. He wets his way through the sea of bodies until he reaches me by a half-broken window that's covered with a flimsy sheet. My nervous system is going haywire, zapping electric impulses all through my body that I can't seem to calm down, no matter what method I use. My paranoia over Dr. Zayed making an unexpected appearance is high, and I dig my hands into my pocket to hide their trembling. I don't think I'd be able to go on with this conversation if he were to see me. I'm turning my back on my people. So many are you? I ask, and I snap back toward him. Two, I say. My voice sounds distant. He studies me for a second. That's your whole family? Chips crack from my heart, falling through my rib cage. Yes. He nods, but his expression is impassive. It's not out of the ordinary now to be a family of one. I'll drive you to Tartus, he says, as if he's discussing the weather. The boat usually sails from there, about a day and a half through the Mediterranean Sea, and you reach Italy. A bus will waiting for you there to take you to Germany. The most important thing is to get to Italy. My heart flutters with every word he says, and despite his dry tone, I can see the journey unfold in front of me. The boat rocking gently over the blue sea, the water lapping against shores that promise safety. Layla, turning to me and Lana slow, escaping her lips that, "We are safe," yearning ribs through my stomach. A baby cries, shattering my daydream, and the patient moans of pain are suddenly deafening against my ears. No, no. How, how can I think of my safety when I fought to heal the sick? But Layla's pregnant and I promised Hamza Layla would never live without me. And I cannot have her stranded alone in Europe when she barely speaks English, let alone German or Italian. Being a pregnant girl and all alone would make her easy prey. Monsters aren't confined to Syria. Indecision is a poison germinating in my blood vessel. I clear my throat. How much does it cost? He thinks this over. $4,000, and there's a line. I blink. What? I deal in dollars. Liras are weak. $4,000. 2,000 each. Blood drains from my face and my mouth is dry. That's more than we have. Baba was able to withdraw $6,000 in the beginning, but most of the money has gone as the price of food has increased. We barely have 3,000 left. He notes the change in my expression and snorts. Did you think getting to Europe would be cheap? Did you think it would be easy? We are talking about smuggling two entire people to a different continent. Not to mention, briefing all the soldiers on our way there. I've lost feeling in my legs. You don't understand. The other person? She is my sister-in-law. She is 7 months pregnant. If she gives the money will be needed for her to survive, I don't have enough. Please. He considered me for a minute. $4,000 and I let you join the waiting line. That's as far as my courtesy will extend. It'll take too long to think about it. The boat doesn't wait for anyone. And with that, he walks away, leaving me rooted to the ground while Hope stares after him with narrowed eyes. I wonder what my brain will do with this obstacle.